Today is day one of makeover weekend. It's Wednesday around 7:30 in the morning and I'm just finishing packing up here. I'm about an hour away from Fort Worth right now, so it's not going to be too far of a drive. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, but I'm by myself at this competition, and I've never been like completely by myself for a competition before, so it'll be interesting. Such a sad soaked pony. We have two sad soaked ponies. There's Lynx in the back and Rue right here. Waited for her grain. What are you doing? She's really upset I'm not feeding her grain right now. Aside from the handling conditioning class, that was my very last time loading Rue on a trailer. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's still sad because she hasn't gotten her grain, but she has some hay now. So this is our last adventure together. Our one last trip. Alright, well, we're on our way there. I think I picked the right gate to go in, I'm not sure. That might be a Mustang person. I have my pass from last year, but I think we get new passes for this year. And I don't really know what barn we're staying in. I know we're next to the Coliseum though. I know it's crazy. You look dorky right now. Good girl. There you go. Just easy. Nice and easy. What happened?
Did you want someone to film for you?
I mean, if you want, or I can just... I mean, I'll be alright on my phone. Then you guys can unpack and everything. Thank you, though. What do you think of all this?
You're in Texas today?
Today, yeah. Got her all tacked up. Gonna hopefully just walk around, maybe warm up a little bit. Good girl.
Okay, some of it is going to rely on you. I didn't know that tractor was going to be there, that water truck, but y'all need to focus here. He's done it many times. He's not going to make a mistake. Can y'all hear me? Okay, so welcome. This is the first time we've done a makeover at this big a venue. Friday night is a sellout. Saturday night, if it's not a sellout, it'll be very close.
Friday night's not a sellout. Saturday night's a sellout.
Saturday's a sellout? Okay.
Yeah.
So both nights will probably be sold out. There's thousands, 10,000, 100,000 people come through here this weekend. So it's a great opportunity. It's also we have to work through some problems, just like you worked this morning, through the parking, through the unloading, things like that. There are things that are out of our control. Basically, if you've been to the Player's Choice before, we come here, we rent the venue, we do what we want. We have every room, every arena. Okay, we have this building. No horses are to leave this building. Don't go to the Justin, don't go to the Watt. Somebody's already been there, somebody's already asked a stock show employee if they could go over there. The answer is no. Okay, this arena and warm-up area is open 24 hours until I need to close it. Why would I need to close it? Horse abuse, people abuse, being rude to each other, whatever. Okay, police yourselves. Treat everybody like you want to be treated. Don't be an arena hog. Okay. And from a training standpoint, if you need to train your horse, train it in the warm-up, relax it in here. There's only one way in and one way out. And those horses know it. They already know it, whether they've been in here or not. They know there's one. Camille. Alina McDonald.
Zoom in on Camille's face.
Craig Moore. Ricky. Myram.
Thing real quick? So let's just look at this order of go. Okay, that person, the second person scratched, so I'm third. That sucks. And then in trail, oh, let's look at this. Wow, look who's, are all those people still in it? Probably not. Actually, yeah, they are. I'm fourth. Who would have guessed? Huh, no way, look at that, I'm second. This is horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, the lighting in here kind of sucks right now. I'll leave that on because it's a little bit better. My camera is balanced on tissues and the thing the camera case. I'm like bending over to fit in the frame right now, but my battery's flashing and I'm not gonna do anything about it. Everything's just a mess right now. So this is my first time actually watching my classes back. I know what parts what I need to work on. Yeah, but I'm gonna watch them back and show all of you guys Roulette's classes. I kind of included all the other footage because I had filmed it over the weekend and it never really got made into like a full entire video. I'll start with the handling conditioning class.
Next in today's competition is hip number 35. The horse's name is Roulette. Roulette is a buckskin mare and 5 years old, gathered from the Little Hawaii, Nevada herd management. This is Sam Van Fleet training.
So, handling conditioning, we came in 8th place, which is awesome. I was really happy with that. I think we were second to go in this class, yeah. I do wish I was able to get a little bit more weight and muscle on her before the makeover, but she still looked pretty good. And of course, some of them do this where they
roll right when you put them in, which doesn't count against you because they make sure to look at your horse's conditioning and grooming before you bring them in the round pen. Yeah, but she rolled for a really long time, so I just waited for her to stop, and then I just walked up to her, and she isn't really a horse that's motivated to run around and be crazy, so I didn't expect that to be an issue for her. She wanted to roll again, so she pawed a couple times. So this class I do remember pretty well. None of them were absolutely perfect, which they never are when you show. There's always stuff you can improve, but I remember she did take a step when I was grooming her. So I held the lead rope because I had a feeling she was a little bit more alert than normal. So like right there, she backed up a step, which sure doesn't look like much, but in my head I was like, oh my god, she's moving. I totally just lost this class. Her trot off was good. It was almost instant. And one thing I did forget to practice, which I didn't even talk about in my video, was trotting up to a trailer. Luckily, I could feel her, so I stopped just in time, and it looked like the stop was really clean. I could tell when we were trotting up to the trailer she was getting a little weary. Now again, she took one step while picking up her hooves, and I made the option to ground tie her, so I was kind of a little worried. She's never walked off before though, so I figured we'd be okay. All she did was take that one step, the rest was fine. I walked around the front like I talked about to check her, and still she took that one step, so I was a little bit bummed out. But her backup was super clean, and yeah, all of it was pretty clean. I do wish I didn't walk over the lead rope like I did right there. It's very good to watch your videos back because you can see all these little things. Like, I wouldn't have remembered the lead rope thing. Now I do remember the steps in the grooming and in the feet, but I didn't remember stepping over the lead rope like that. Her loading was pretty much how she loads every single time. She isn't a super duper fast loader. I know she takes her time with how she steps up. She's never resisting. She just literally moves super slow, so I was happy with that. Her backup was very quiet, very gentle. It really wasn't a horrible class. I'm just really hard on myself, so afterwards I remember I wasn't super like, yay! I was just like, alright, cool. But yeah, we came in 8th in that, and it was an okay run, but you definitely see where we had a few bobbles in it. But 8th place out of, I think there ended up being 50 or 51 competitors that showed up is pretty good, and we started with 100 something, so I'm pretty happy. Alright, this is our maneuvers class.
Hit number 35. This is Roulette, a 5-year-old buckskin mare, shown by Sam Van Fleet of Williston, Florida.
And it's the same pattern that I talked about that we were practicing in the video with Camille and I. So they don't start judging till the first sign, but I trot in right away. I tried to stay very consistent off the rail. I would have liked to keep her a little bit rounder. We kind of kept popping up, and that's my fault. You could see a relatively okay, this wasn't a good camera angle for it, but you could see a pretty good distinction between her trot and extended trot. That was a good lope transition. Again, I just wish I had her a little bit more rounded. I know how she can get round, I just wasn't asking, and that's on me. Her stop was good. A lot of them run off and blow you off because it's heading towards the gate, so I was happy with that. Her turnaround, I kind of change it every year. I change it from a pivot to like I try to spin to I literally just turn, so Her walk to Canter was where our issue was. We had one step on the wrong lead, I believe. I'd have to zoom in to look again. But I remember I broke her really quick down to change it because it just didn't feel right. Her canter to trot was good. But yeah, so our one issue was that walk to canter right there. Like our biggest one. Clearly I would have liked to have her a little bit more connected and through. But that was completely bleh on my part. I messed up there. But, you know, it wasn't a horrible class. Her backing was very straight. She's always been really soft backing. So I'm okay with her maneuvers. We came in 11th, which is almost worse than any place lower than that because that means you were just out of the top 10 in the class, which really bums me out. So I was like, oh, we're so close. But again, I went second for that class, so it's tough sometimes when you go first or when you go last. I was okay with our maneuvers run. I do wish I had a couple different changes, but again, it's good to watch it back to know what I want to change. Then we get to our trail class where I knew exactly what I wanted to practice the day before and I ran out of time, and I'm not gonna fuss on it because it's done and over with, but I'm still bummed out. I knew what I had to do. Yeah, so I'm just gonna let trail run. You can see she's looking around, but she's not tense and freaked out. She's just kind of curious. Maybe for Roulette she's tense and freaked out, but for a normal horse she's just pretty normal.
20-year-old resident of Williston. In her past 7 years around horses, she's developed an interest in young horses. PME foals, groundwork, liberty, tricks, jumpers, and of course the American Mustang. She's a repeat Extreme Mustang Makeover competitor as well, and a tip trainer. Sam Travis competes and performs with her 2016 Youth Mustang Links and hopes to show people the capabilities of these American legends. Friends, this is Roulette.
You can see her hesitate. Well, I see it because I know her, but she hesitated looking at the logs a little bit. She's like, what the heck? And there, I made our turn sharp because on the pattern it had it as pretty much a 90-degree turn. She was great with the gate. She went right up to it. We've had plenty of work with gates, so I was pretty happy with her. Make sure we got that turn tight. I always pretend like I'm trying to keep a cow from getting out, so I always try to stay pretty close to the gate. So far, those two obstacles were pretty darn good. Okay, going up to the bridge. We keep forward motion the entire time. She goes over it pretty perfect. I can't complain much about that. We pick up the trot before the logs. We trot over them pretty straight. Then I go out a little bit so we have room to canter. Pick up the lead, and we get a little squirrely. So here's what happens. And this is what got 80% of the horses. The brush. It comes out of nowhere. They don't expect it. I knew they put that in the makeovers. I knew I needed to practice the night before. Like I said, I slept at the barn in a stall. I ran out of time. Once she got in the chute, her halt was good. We didn't go over the pole. Her backup was super nice. Her side pass was good. When we did the walkthrough, they said 3 to 4 steps. Now, when I look at my scores, I'm kind of bummed out because I took 3 to 4 steps. And they didn't score me too great on the side pass. So here, yep, she's looking at the brush in there. And then she jumps the pole. What am I going to do? I'm just going to laugh about it right now. She's such a good horse, and I knew the brush. I just had to have her, like, check it out once the day before, and I didn't, and it's completely my fault. I'm a little bummed about it, but that's all I can do. So, and she nailed the pinwheel in practice just that morning, so I was like, darn it. The video cut out here, but we pretty much cantered into the box. And then I dismounted. You walk around them. She was a little bit freaked from the brush. Again, for Roulette freaked, not actually freaked out. So I kept my hand on her when I walked around, which probably looked like meh, but then I mounted. She didn't take a single step, which she knows not to. And yeah, that was our trail. if you look at the first half, it looked really nice, and then she got everything good. Her halt in the chute was good, her backup was good, her side pass was good, the dismount, the mount, the walk around, all of it was good. It's just the pinwheel was a little bit of a hot mess. Now, I say this not without showing you how other people's patterns looked. Now, the top 10 were pretty solid, but you have to remember, like, literally 80% of the horses had really big issues with the brush. And I was 4th to go in this class, so they didn't know how everyone else was going to look. And I'm just a little bummed because even on the obstacles she did well on, I thought they scored her a little bit low. But that's judging. I can't get upset. It's just judging. It's people's personal opinions on how you did. That's the reality of it. And I definitely think for, like, the backup and the side passes, I did pretty well. But I totally agree with the chute and the pinwheel and the cantering into that box at the end. They were squirrely. There's nothing else to it. I'm not going to argue that. It was not perfect. We definitely had to work on that. But yeah, that's her classes. And I'm really sad because we came tied for 12th overall out of so many trainers, and they only take the top 10, and 12th overall is still an accomplishment for Texas because that's the big one where it's Dan James and Bobby Kerr and all the really big professional trainers. And I'm definitely a little sad though not to have made top 10. At the end of the day, I was really happy with Rue, but I just wanted to make this video kind of to show her classes and a little bit more of the experience. And I really miss Roulette. It's February 5th. I'm back in Florida right now, and I just finally had time to make this video. But I'm happy she got such a good home because I was really worried about that. And I mean, I wish I could have kept her. I really, really liked Roulette, but I don't know if she could have gotten a better home. She got a really good home. I won the reserve champion Young Gun buckle, which was pretty cool. It's kind of the end of our journey together. So if you missed watching her journey video, I'll leave a link in the description. I would go watch it. It's a good one. It's probably one of my favorites. So, alright. Again, sorry for all of this bad lighting, and I sound horrible, and everything's just like a hot mess right now, but it's fine. Yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more content. Bye!
It helps the BLM, it helps the horses, it helps the trainers, it helps people get horses that they can use in their home. So we're going to be selling horses in hip order. And first on the list is hip number 2, Lee Hart. And as I introduce you, come out, and I'd like you want to show the crowd a walk, trot.
32, 32, 32, I got my man's in at 3, 32, 32,
It was spent right here. One of the classes handling and conditioning, and you talk about a good look on one right here. This is Roulette, solid handle, hit number 35, 5 years old. Oh, this horse has been up and down the road. She said this horse has been in the trailer, been up and down the road. She's been showing this horse a lot already, English and Western. No matter what style you've got in the tacker and book, you can throw it up on one, and this is a nice horse. This is Roulette. Look at the kind dot, and look how pretty this horse is right here. This might be the prettiest color that we've seen so far.
You can go east or west, you can tally up the box, or you can chase a cow, whatever you want to do right here. Great dead century, pretty little mount right here. Hit number 35. All right, here we go. I'm going to get 3,000, 2,000, 2,000. We're going to get one out, we're going to get it. Looks like I've got 9, and a big old small tie. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 9,000, all bill. 1,000, we're not going to get one, we're going to get $1,000, we're not going to get 500, 500, English or Western, 5, 6, 7, 800, we're going to get 800, we're going to get 800, now, 11, 12, so we're going to get 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, now 22, 24, 2400, now we're going to get 4, 6, 8, now you got 3 keys, 3,000, already got 3, now 32, 2, 2, 5. 35, I got 5, 7, now 4, do it again, go, 4, 2, again, 5, now 47, 8, 48, 9, 5, pop out, 5, 2, 52, 100, now give me 2, and word, diggy, now give me 2, 52, 100, now give me 2, and word, diggy, now give me 2, 52, 2, now give me 2. Kenny, is that you at 5? 52, 51, 1, diggy, now give me 1, 2, diggy, now give me 2, 52, 100, now give me 2, and word, diggy, now give me 2, and word, diggy, now give me 2, 52. You riding Western on top of all that. You figure out how to get both saddles on and you do it at the same time. 51, 52, 2, word, diggy, now give me 2.
Can you pretend to love me?
All the way out. Rue, all the way.